Okay, hello everybody. I'm doing this video because I said I was going to, but I'm doing it live because I don't want to deal with having to upload and all that, and I really don't edit my videos anyway, so I'm gonna do it live. So this video is just talking a little bit about Toy Story 4 and some of my video. If you haven't seen that, you should probably watch that before you watch this. And there are spoilers, of course, in this. So I made a video, I don't know, a week or so. My disappointment in Toy Story 4 and why I was kind of upset with it. And yeah, I had just told some people on here that I was going to do another video after seeing it a second time because I wanted to see it a second time and see if maybe my opinion changed a little bit. So I went and saw it again today, and the short version is that it didn't really change my opinion that much. Um, I'm more okay with like the ending of the movie than I was the first time I saw it. Um, there's a YouTuber who goes by the name Captain Midnight, and he does really good videos. I would recommend you check out his channel because he did a video talking about the problem that he had with the ending of Toy Story 4, and he's much more successful at being articulate and getting his point across than I am. So if you wanted to look at his video, he kind of has the same opinion that I had, which is that in the context of Toy Story 4 as a standalone movie, I guess Woody's choice at the end worked. But when you look at it in context with the other films, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Um, just because, a running theme in the Toy Story movies is that toys have one purpose, and that is to be there for human children, and that is what they're made for. And it's hard to be a lost toy or to be a toy without an owner. Um, and this movie flips that on its head, and I guess it's just kind of hard to see Woody make the choice to not have a kid anymore because he had always been so about that. You know what I mean? And at first glance, it looks like it's kind of contradictory to the choice that he made in Toy Story 2 to stay with, like, go back to Andy rather than go with the Roundup gang to Japan. And then like the same thing in Toy Story 3, how um, he didn't want to stay at the daycare and he went back to try to get back to Andy. So yeah, I mean, looking at the ending for number 4, it kind of feels a little contradictory, but I must admit that seeing it a second time, I still don't like the ending. I don't know if I totally buy that Woody would make that choice. But admittedly, I feel like watching the movie a second time and knowing how it was going to end, I was able to see more of the subtleties where it didn't feel totally out of nowhere like it did the first time. And I guess part of that's kind of on me for not really seeing those signs. And what I'm talking about is like throughout the movie, there are a few moments, right, where Woody will not say anything, but he'll look at Bo Peep and um, he'll have a look on his face, right? And he won't be saying anything, but you kind of see in his expression, in his emotions, you can see that he's starting to kind of have that shift. And I guess that was more clear to me the second time seeing the movie than it was the first time. And I guess maybe because I was looking for it a little bit more. Um, so I guess I can kind of deal with this movie. I don't have children, but I kind of feel like it might be a similar sort of thing where it's like if you have a kid and they make a choice that you really disagree with, or they do something that you don't like, but you don't have the power to stop them, and it's their choice, so you just kind of have to deal with it. because like it or not, this is the Toy Story 4 that we got. So I can deal with it. I don't really have another option. Um, no, you're right. I don't need children. I don't want children. um, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I could just ignore this movie and act like it doesn't exist. But the problem is, sitting there watching the movie a second time, I was thinking to myself, like, I like this movie. You know, the plush toys, the Key and Peele characters were annoying. I stand by that. I think it was very obvious what they did. I think they got Key and Peele in the recording studio or whatever, and probably just told them to riff and be themselves and just do themselves, right? And then they would animate over it. I don't like those characters. I think they're stupid. But like Duke Kaboom is hilarious. He's an awesome character. I like the movie, so I don't want to act like it doesn't exist. It's just one of those things where it's like I just don't really agree that Woody would make the choice that he did. But I'm okay with it. Um, a problem that I did have with the movie was the lack of use of like the ensemble toys. Um, so when Woody said goodbye to all them, it just kind of felt a little flat because they weren't really in this movie hardly at all. I know they're in the previous movies, but it didn't really hit me that much. What else did I want to say about this? I can't really remember, but um, overall, I'm fine with the movie. It's just gonna have to be one of those things that I deal with. What was I gonna say? I had a point, but I can't remember it. So I don't know. I'm just gonna wrap this up, I guess, because I can't think of what I was gonna say. Um, would I tell people now not to see the movie? No. I would tell people you can go see it, make up your own opinion. I didn't like how it ended, but animation wise, it's beautiful. Um, I, I do get what they were doing, and I got it on the first viewing. But I mean, I guess the thing is just this really. I guess what I was thinking while I was watching the movie was that this is not really a story about Woody and his relationship with Bonnie so much as it. I feel like it's more a story about Woody and his relationship to Bonnie in relation to his relationship with Andy, if that makes sense. In like the opening scene of the movie, um, he's given a choice to run away with Bo Peep, and the reason why he doesn't is because he hears Andy looking for him, asking where he is, and he didn't have that with Bonnie. So at the end of the movie, that was the choice that he was given again, and the difference was that he didn't have a kid that loved him anymore, and um, so he went to find a new purpose, and I guess I'm all right with that. I guess it's not really quite the betrayal that I initially felt. I just don't know if he would do that, but I'm kind of going on and on in circles here. But I guess it's just like it really is a story about how Woody was killing himself for this little girl, and she didn't care about him at all. And um, people change, I guess. I kind of believe that people can only change to an extent, but that's maybe a conversation for another time. But circumstances change, and Woody, faced with the same choice, made a different choice because some of the circumstances were different. And so, I don't know. It's a sad ending. I think it's sad. But I can live with this. So I'm gonna leave my original video up because I'm not really, I don't want to take it down and pretend like I didn't have the opinion that I had upon initial viewing. But yeah, I'll leave that up, and that's pretty much it. You know, it's an all right movie. It looks really good. There are some good moments, some good new characters, some really annoying new characters, and a crappy ending that kind of bums me out. But that's kind of Toy Story 4, the updated opinion. Okay, thanks. Bye. How do I stop this thing?